Maria stepped off the plane, wide-eyed and hopeful, clutching the promise of a better life. Her family had high expectations: send money, help them, be the lifeline. She thought it would be easy. The first few months were a blur of long shifts, language barriers, and isolation. She didn't know anyone. She wasn't prepared for how cold the world could be when you had nothing to give but your struggle. When her family called, the disappointment in their voices was sharp. "You promised, Maria." Her mother's voice crackled through the phone. "Why haven't you sent the money?" She tried to explain. They didn't understand. They didn't see the bills piling up, the exhaustion settling into her bones, the constant fight just to survive. One day, the calls stopped. They kicked her out of their plans, their expectations. She was no longer the golden child. She was the failure. Alone in a city that never felt like home, Maria stumbled into a church. She sat at the back, tears quietly slipping down her face. No answers, just a feeling, a whisper. Months later, Maria stood in front of a class, teaching immigrants like her. She saw their struggles in their eyes, the same look she once had. It wasn't money she was meant to send home. It was hope. Her family, watching from afar, saw her now, not as a disappointment, but as the woman who had found her purpose. Selena arrived in America with big dreams and the hope of creating a better future for her family. But as an undocumented immigrant, reality hit hard. She worked 2 exhausting jobs, constantly looking over her shoulder as headlines blared about deportations and immigration sweeps. One day, Selena met Ryan, a regular at the coffee shop where she worked. He was charming and kind, and after learning about her struggles, he offered to help her land a better job. With his connections, Selena secured a position as a receptionist in a downtown office. For the first time, she felt like her life was moving forward. But everything changed when Ryan discovered her secret. One evening over dinner, he leaned in and said, "Selena, I know you're undocumented, but don't worry, I can help you." He offered her a solution: marriage for a green card. At first, Selena was hesitant, but the constant fear of deportation and the promise of stability pushed her to agree. The courthouse wedding was simple, and while Ryan initially seemed supportive, cracks began to show. He became increasingly involved in her life, questioning her decisions and trying to steer her future. Though his behavior wasn't cruel, it left Selena feeling uneasy. She realized that while Ryan had helped her, his solution came at a cost: her independence. Determined to regain control of her life, Selena sought advice from an immigrant support network. They taught her about her rights and gave her the courage to carve her own path. One day, Selena decided to step away from the arrangement. She left the job, moved to a new city, and started over on her terms. Standing in her small but peaceful apartment, Selena whispered, "I came here for freedom, and I'll find it, my way."